Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. Welcome to the cursed town of Sparrow, where 2 centuries ago 3 sisters were sentenced to death for witchery. Now, for a brief time each summer, the sisters return, stealing the bodies of 3 weak-hearted girls so that they may seek their revenge. Hocus Pocus and practical magic meets the Salem witch trials in this haunting story about 3 sisters on a quest for revenge, and how love may be the only thing powerful enough to stop them. Don't miss this debut novel. The Final 6 by Alexandra Monnier. When Leo and Naomi are drafted, along with 22 of the world's brightest teenagers, into the International Space Training Camp, their lives are forever changed. Set in the near future, this action-packed YA novel, already optioned by Sony Pictures, will take readers out of this world and on a quest to become one of 6 teens sent on a mission to Jupiter's moon. This is the next must-read. Where I Live by Brenda Ruffner. Linda Rose has a big secret. She is homeless and living in the halls of her small-town high school. Her position as school blog editor, her best friends Ham and Seung, and the promise of a future far away are what keep Linden under the radar and moving forward. From the debut author Brenda Ruffner comes a heart-wrenching and evocative story perfect for fans of 13 Reasons Why, Girl in Pieces, and All the Bright Places. Check it out at the library. This Tiny Perfect World by Lauren Gibaldi. Penny loves her small-town Florida life, and she has her future mapped out. She's going to community college after graduation to stay close to home, and her best friend Faye. She'll take over the family diner that her dad has been managing since her mother died. And one day she'll marry her high school sweetheart Logan. But when she unexpectedly lands a scholarship to a prestigious summer theater camp, everything changes. The big-hearted story of a small-town girl who discovers how wide the world really is during one transformative summer. Perfect for fans of Sarah Dessen. Put it at the top of your read list today. Tess of the Road by Rachel Hartman. In this medieval kingdom, women are expected to be ladies, men are their protectors, and dragons can be whomever they choose. Tess is none of these things. Tess is different. She speaks out of turn, has wild ideas, and can't seem to keep out of trouble. Tess chooses a different path for herself. She's not running away, she's running towards something. What that something is, she doesn't know. Tess just knows that the open road is a map to somewhere else, a life where she might belong. This book is not to be ignored, you have to read it. Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. 17-year-old Anna is a scoundrel by nurture and an outlaw by nature. Found as a child drifting through space with a sentient android called D09, Anna was saved by a fearsome space captain and the grizzled crew she now calls family. But D09, one of the last remaining illegal metals, has been glitching, and Anna will stop at nothing to find a way to fix him. An action-packed tale full of romance, royalty, and adventure, inspired by the story of Anastasia. Perfect for fans of Six of Crows, Cinder, and the cult classic television show Firefly. Don't miss this exciting read.
ABC News anchor Dan Harris used to think that meditation was for people who collect crystals, play ultimate frisbee, and use the word namaste without irony. After he had a panic attack on television, he went on a strange and circuitous journey that ultimately led him to embrace a practice he'd long considered ridiculous. This book is filled with game-changing and deeply practical meditation instructions, along with a strange and hilarious story. You'll have to read this book to find out. Meditation for Fidgety Skeptics by Dan Harris. Why Won't You Apologize by Harriet Lerner. I'm sorry are the 2 most powerful words in English language. If you want to learn the art of apology and repair when you've hurt someone, this is your book. If you're frustrated with a person who's no good at accepting responsibility for hurting you, this is your book. If you want powerful insights into human relationships, this book guides us to the most difficult places in human relationships. Try reading it today. Happiness is a Choice You Make. Lessons from a Year Among the Oldest Old by John Leland. Old age is the last thing we'll ever do, and it might teach us about how to live now. Starting in 2015, author John Leland set out on behalf of New York Times to meet members of America's fastest growing age group, the oldest old. He anticipated learning of challenges, of loneliness, and of deterioration of body, mind, and quality of life. But the elders he met took him in an entirely different direction. Despite the disparate backgrounds and circumstances, they each lived with a surprising lightness and contentment. The reality Leland encountered upended contemporary notions of aging, revealing the late stages of life as unexpectedly rich and the elderly as incomparably wise. With humility, heart, and wit, Leland has crafted a sophisticated and necessary reflection on how to live better, informed by those who have mastered the art. Love and Loss at Whitmore Manor by Anita Stansfield. For you Anita Stansfield fans, this is the most recent historical fiction romance novel, and it's about British officer Tristan Whitmore, his wife's deceit and unexpected death, and Olivia Halstead. Read this book to find out how these characters' paths intertwine into an engaging novel. Raspberry Danish Murder by Joanne Fluke. If your reading habits alternate between curling up with a good mystery and with a good cookbook, you're in for a real treat. Catch up with Lake Eden's favorite baker, Hannah Swenson, as she will have to sift through a cornucopia of clues and suspects to stop a killer from bringing another murder to the table. Check out this book today to enjoy a good plot and delicious recipes. Fools and Mortals by Bernard Cornwell. With all the vivid history that is his trademark, Bernard Cornwell transports the reader to playhouses, back streets, and palaces of Shakespeare's London, with added depth and compassion and a likable hero. This is a must-read for any historical fiction fan.